Hello viewers, welcome to a new ProjectFalconPunch video. My name is Andrew and today I'll be taking you through a worst to best of the Smash Brothers series, one of Nintendo's most famous since its inception in 1999. Be you a Nintendo fan or not, I'm sure most of you have played one of these games, and I'm sure most of you absolutely love them. The chaotic formula and pace of these classic fighters makes for compelling multiplayer entertainment that none of us can get sick of. So, without further ado, let us commence. The original Smash Bros. Wins points for innovation and for being generally likeable, but when you compare it to its successors, it certainly hasn't aged too well. This is simply because of how much they've expanded upon this excellent formula and because of all the content that's been injected into it with each new installment. As a result, coming back to this first one simply doesn't feel as compelling as it once did because it just lacks the rich variety of the sequels. Now I know I sound a bit too negative, but rest assured this certainly isn't a bad game. It has that nostalgic appeal and is a fun little fighter with friends, with colourful visuals and a memorable soundtrack. But again, because the sequels have refined and expanded on the formula so much over the years, this first installment just feels a tad dated. However, as I've said before, it certainly wins plenty of points for kickstarting this incredible franchise. Now, truth be told, I couldn't get stuck into this first portable installment of Smash Bros. Compared to its Wii U counterpart, which was released simultaneously. Translating the formula to a handheld device surely wasn't easy, and while Nintendo certainly did a fab job of it, the unavoidable limitations are sometimes evident. Latency can be a concern during hectic fights both online and offline, and your circle pad can be easily damaged if you get a little bit too absorbed into the manic gameplay. That said, the sharp outline visual style definitely works for a handheld installment, and it's all complemented nicely by some impressive 3D effects. Once you adjust yourself to the limitations and sacrifices made to bring this franchise to a portable system for the first time, you'll find plenty to enjoy without a doubt. Super Smash Bros. Brawl was an interesting game upon launch. It was hyped by many since its E3 trailer debut back in 2006, and so millions of gamers lined up to grab it on launch day. A blend of universal acclaim and criticism then arose. Praise rightfully aimed at its superb character roster, addictive multiplayer modes, and enormous replay value, and then criticism aimed at its laggy online mode, overlong single player mode, and, infamously, its physics. Brawl is noticeably heavier than its predecessor Melee, but the enormous debate instigated by this admittedly grew to absurd levels. In truth, Brawl still plays fine and is the same enjoyable game we've come to love since the series' debut nearly 10 years prior. It's noticeably ambitious when it comes to its Subspace Emissary single-player mode, which brings together each character in a full-scale narrative of epic proportions. It drags a little as the game goes on, but the cutscenes are most certainly entertaining. Moving on. Anyway, it had some disappointing factors, but Brawl is still one of the Wii's best titles, and demonstrates yet again how this series is the king when it comes to multiplayer experiences. Easily one of my favourite GameCube games, Super Smash Bros. Melee became one of the most successful upon launch in 2002. It expanded upon the first installment's formula in such an ambitious and creative manner that it still holds up today. As a single-player experience, Melee is good fun in the much-loved classic and all-star modes, though its adventure mode, while initially creative and good fun, becomes a little tedious when you have to complete it with all 25 characters. However, multiplayer is, of course, where things truly come to fruition. Melee's 64-player tournament mode is without a doubt one of its best features, and the relentless, chaotic pace in every fight makes for one of the best multiplayer packages in game history. Sharp visuals, a tonnage of collectibles, and a fun, if flawed, level of difficulty in AI opponents make for one of the GameCube's finest titles without question, and one that still brings plenty of fun even today. The Wii U installment of Smash Bros. Abandoned any attempts to develop a lengthy single-player mode, and went back to basics with refined, thoroughly entertaining classic and all-star modes, and a primary focus on delivering one of the best multiplayer packages to date. Utilising the gamepad and Nintendo Network's expanded features, Smash Bros. For Wii U developed into a much more addictive experience than its predecessors, with a variety of new characters, stages, and game modes to boot. The visuals are refreshed from their realistic design in past games to something more colourful and vibrant, reminiscent of the original title, which is a pleasing change. The addition of 8-player fights is something I didn't greet with open arms, as it's just too crowded to truly enjoy, but that's completely irrelevant when you see just how much this game has to offer, from its flexible stage builder to its varied multiplayer modes to its robust online offering. It's the definitive reason to own a Wii U, and most certainly the finest of the franchise. And that's a wrap, my friends. Thanks so much for watching, and again, thank you to the guys at ProjectFalconPunch for letting me be a part of this video. You can find the links to my blog and Carcon Films channel just below, as well as those to my Facebook page and Twitter account. Hope you enjoyed my beautiful voice, and hopefully I'll see you all soon.